Hello!
Hello, and welcome back to another Fun Fact Friday.
If you're a regular to Fun Fact Fridays, you'll know we love brains.
No, not in that way, but in that brains are fucking awesome and absolutely fascinating, especially the developing brain of a baby way. This week's is no different.
We've discovered that a newborn's brain accounts for 10% of its entire weight at birth, whilst in adults it's only 2%.
We have also found out that a baby's brain grows by 1% each day from birth, and in 90 days a baby's brain can grow to half the size of an adult's, from 33% the size of an adult's to 55%, with an overall growth of 64% in just 90 days.
To accommodate this massive growth, a baby's skull has to do some serious expanding. That's why a baby's skull consists of 6 separate bones. The frontal bone, the occipital bone, 2 parietal bones and 2 temporal bones that are joined together by stretchy cranial sutures that allow for stretching. These bones don't start to fuse until a baby reaches around the age of 2.
We've also found out the name of the protein that stops these 6 bones from fusing. It's called NOG or NOG, but its other name is far more interesting. Noggin. Then
there are the things that are going on inside a baby's brain. Did you know that a baby's brain can make more than 250,000 neurons every minute?
That's like 15 million an hour.
And that they're born with over 100 billion neurons.
Fun Fact Friday, week 110.
60% of a baby's energy is used by its brain.
Today we're looking at what powers all this growth and activity. Energy.
Or more specifically, a baby's metabolic energy, which is primarily via the consumption of glucose. Much like adults, glucose is the predominant fuel for a growing baby's brain.
Compared to other animals, humans have an exceptionally slow and protracted growth before adulthood. One hypothesis is that the metabolic demands and energetic costs of brain development in humans could explain our slow growth into adulthood when compared to other animals.
One study looked at this in more detail to try to find out if there was a trade-off between body weight growth and brain growth. They discovered that at birth, a baby's brain uses up to 60% of its total metabolic energy, but that drops off in the first 6 months, only to rise again to its lifetime peak of 65% at approximately the age of 4.
A fascinating discovery, and one that supports the earlier hypothesis, is that the metabolic requirements of body weight growth are in complete opposition to brain growth.
This would indicate that as the body and brain grow, they're in a form of metabolic competition, each having to lower its own requirement to allow the other to grow.
It's worthy of note that the increase in body growth weight during puberty, which is unusually large in humans, happens, or maybe it's deferred, to a time when brain glucose uptake is greatly reduced.
The metabolic demands of a growing body and brain have meant we've had a metabolic showdown going on between a growing brain and a growing body whilst we've grown.
A baby's brain requires a hell of a lot of its overall energy whilst very young, but it's not the point in time at which the brain requires the largest overall proportion of that energy. That is reserved for the 4-year-olds. And only when our brain has lowered its demands do we shoot up in puberty.
As for why some of us shoot out in adulthood, I have a funny feeling it has nothing to do with our brain's metabolic needs. Thank you for joining us for another Fun Fact Friday.
Please like, comment and share to show you care.
And we'll see you next week.